Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boomer Grounds podcast. We are back with Howard Moon. Obo Hobo is not feeling that great, and Miss Bowers is just too busy flexing on people, prepping for a competition for. God, I can't remember what it is. It's like a
CrossFit.
CrossFit. There you go, CrossFit competition. So it is just the boys once again. We're going to talk about the unbannings on Twitch, some new other news around the gaming world and around the internet in general. But let's get caught up. How things been with you, Howard? What's been going on?
Good. Busy at work, so it's been a little bit finding time to do some gaming and do some streaming has been a little bit hard. But when I have found time, it's been good. We finally finished the early access portion of Star Rupture,
Nice.
which is good. So there's supposed to be more content coming out this week, and I am super excited just because Slay the Spire 2 is supposed to release this week in early access. And that should be and with a multiplayer feature.
Ooh.
So that's up to 4 people can do Slay the Spire simultaneously. I think that is fantastic, and it looks like they're adding a necromancer class, and there is nothing I like better in battlers or things of that nature or card battlers than raising the dead. Every time I've ever played Diablo, if there's a necromancer available, I play necromancer.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm gonna admit I've never actually played Slay the Spire.
haven't
I mean, I've
I
heard
don't
lots
know
of good
if you'd
things about
like
it. Oh, but yeah, I've never actually played the game, so I mean, I should probably try it
You'd
one
be
day.
very good at it.
Yeah,
You'd be very good at it, but I don't know if you would really like it that much. I don't know. Maybe you would. Maybe you would definitely be good at it though.
yeah. Like it's
You'd
a
be
card
much better
game.
than
It's
I am.
hard. It's hard to imagine that I wouldn't be good at it in general. But like,
Yeah.
I just never had desire to leave Battlegrounds until recently, and now I'm just like re-addicted to Magic. That's bad. Magic is
Well,
way more expensive.
you can probably find Slay the Spire now for like $1.99 on like CD keys or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
And then if you like that, you can invest in Slay the Spire 2 down the line. But I'm very excited for it. What's going on with you?
Not that much. I actually had an interaction which on the weekend, which was like the most Canadian thing ever. So uh
Okay.
so I dropped my wife and my mother-in-law off to do some grocery shopping on this like very busy street. So I was just like waiting on like a side street, waiting for them to finish up. And then they call me up, so and they're like, okay, yeah, we're done. Come or like meet us at the spot. So I'm like, okay, I need to go U-turn. So I like pull up. I'm on the side street. I pull up. I'm at a stop sign, and there's like a bunch of cars coming through. Right. I just wanted to plan to like U-turn here and just go and meet them. So so I pull up. First car comes up, wants to turn left, stops, waves me through. I'm like, okay, yeah, no. So I wave them back, and then they eventually turn left. Car right behind it also stops. Remember, they have right away here. I'm the only one that stop sign. Stops, waves me through again. I'm like, fuck. Fine. I'll probably decide to go. And I just like, okay, I'll loop around the block. I'll turn right and go around. I was like, these people have the right of way. Just drive. Let me. I just want a U-turn here. All these people being too damn polite and letting me go. I'm like, ah.
That's funny. That's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard.
Like all you people just being way too polite. I was just like, oh man, just be assholes. Just drive by. Like 3 cars drive by. Just U-turn and I could be on my way. And just like everyone just like stops. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, take your time. Go ahead.
If that had happened in a U.S. city,
yeah,
you would not only would they have not yielded to you, they would have flipped you off for having the audacity to wait at the corner.
I'm at the stop sign. I'm supposed to be waiting at the corner. They have right away. Right, like they don't have a stop sign. They just drive through the intersection. But yeah, that was like the most Canadian thing. I thought it'd be funny to share because I was like,
Oh, that's hysterical.
I had to
love it.
I have to like leave a note to myself to remember to bring it up in the pod. There's also a good thing on a sheet. You can just like leave little notes to yourself.
So that's what I saw I saw some Canadian intersection
Yeah,
in the notes. I'm like, okay, he's trying to remind himself of something.
yeah. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, I've been playing a bunch of Magic. The set rotated out of the main draft format this
Oh
morning at
no.
10 a.m. So I was like, let's see if I get to Mythic again for this month on this draft format. And I was doing really well until like the clock hit 12. And I was like, I'm just gonna keep playing. Like my sleep schedule is completely screwed up. Right? I was like
Okay.
crushing until like the clock hit 12. I was like up gems, which is like the in-game currency for Magic. Right? So I'm like up like 2,000 gems. I mean, real dollars, that's probably the equivalent of like $10 or something. Right? And
Okay.
then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm crushing. I'm like, this would be easy. Like, I'm almost at Mythic. So I mean, I just keep playing it. I'm gonna play the set until I get there. I mean, I'm not that far away. Yeah, end of the night at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm down like 6,000 gems. I like fell
Oh
in. I
no.
was like 2 wins away from getting to Mythic, and I fell like all the way down to like I don't know, like 13 wins away. Just like everything
Oh
was going bad. I was
wow.
just like, oh, just like I was just on like the wrong side of variance like so many times. I was like so frustrated. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm like, this is like the exact experience that I need to make me uninstall the game because the new set's coming out. The Teenage Mutant Ninja
Mhm.
Turtle set comes out today, and I was just like, I don't want to spend the time or money to learn the new set. I just want to kind of get the Mythic and then see how we go. Maybe just like do dailies and stuff from here. And I was like,
Mhm.
this is like the perfect experience to make me uninstall the game, and this is for a long time. But the addiction is real. Like I've felt like I just needed to play for the last few days, and yeah, been pretty addicted to it. Been not good for both the bank account and my sleep schedule because the last few
Yeah.
days I've been sleeping like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is like
Oh no.
not a normal sleep schedule at all. I think
No.
I think Obo says her sleep's all screwed up too in a totally different manner, but
Yeah, that's why she's. I think she said she did some rest tonight because I'll be. I have not been sleeping well myself, but nothing like what you're talking about. I'm talking about like I go to bed and I only get like 5 hours out of 8 hours sleep, and I'll usually get 5 out of 6, maybe 5 out of 7 hours, and then I pick up my phone and start playing Battlegrounds, and then wish I was just back asleep again. So
I mean, I never
you
sleep
know,
more than like 5 or 6 hours generally at night. Anyways, I don't. The only time I sleep 8 hours is when I go on like something strange happens. Although I do tend to nap in the middle of the day, so I
yeah,
definitely don't get long periods of sleep. Anyways, let's get on to interesting news.
yeah. What do we
Twitch,
got?
Twitch being Twitch, unbanned two let's say notorious people that of the last few months, Lucari and Aspen Kartier. For those that don't remember, Lucari was the one that accidentally shared a notepad of links to child pornography, is what the equivalent of it was. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
red flag, live stream fails. People did a deep dive into
Oh,
it, and there was supposedly links into child pornography. He only got banned for 1 month on the platform, and they also unbanned Aspen Cartier. She of the beat her dog kind of on stream. Like you kind of see her go towards it. You can kind of see her swinging a little, but don't actually see the actual act of
you
like
hear
the
the
dog.
dog yelp.
Yeah, you hear the dog yelp for a while. Like both, like it was horrific to watch. And she also only got a 1 month ban. Originally, supposedly both these players were supposed to be banned for life. I mean, I would not have blamed them if they got banned for life, but yeah, they are both back on the platform, and yeah, Twitch is kind of screwing up on the unbanning. I don't know why they would unban these people. Like maybe they want to give them a second chance or something, but like these people, what they did is so horrific. Like they don't. I mean, yeah, money is the great equalizer, but like these people aren't even that big. I don't think. I mean, maybe they are, and I just don't realize it.
So I had a conversation with my nephew about 3 or 4 months ago. So my oldest nephew wants to go into esports. He's studying business in college, and he wants to go into esports management. And we're sitting. I think it might have been Christmas. We're sitting there, we're chatting, And he's like, Uncle Howard, how's your stream going? And I'm like, it's going well. He goes, how are your numbers? I said, oh, dude, I'm a tiny streamer. If I get to double digits on any given day, I'm in pretty good shape. I'm just very, very small time. And he goes, well, what would you say your average is? I said, I average probably around 5 viewers per hour. I mean, it's not like I'm getting one person or I'm not getting views at all. But I said, it's very rare that I have more than 10 unique viewers at any given time, unless I get like a Terry rate or something like that. And he looks at me and goes, have you actually looked at the percentage of streamers based on viewership? And I'm like, no, I have no idea. He's like, 5 to 10 viewers put you in like the top 20% in the world in Twitch streamers, because most people average 2.5 viewers per hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, that can't be right. It can't be right. Because you see these guys, 700, 3,000 viewers. And you forget that there's so many of us and there's so few people that make it to that level. So when we say Aspen Kartier, okay, she's not huge. Lucari's not gigantic, but they're gigantic in the scale of the system. They're in the top 0.1%. And that's what Twitch is worried about. Twitch is worried about losing people out of that 0.1%. Because when you get into that 0.1%, when you get to the viewership numbers there, it's not a guarantee that those folks are going to go somewhere else on Twitch. People aren't going to Twitch to see I Show Speed, and if Speed isn't on, they have a laundry list of people like you or I would. Like I'm looking right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. I have 12 people I follow online right now. If Terry was not streaming, I would pick one of those other 12 and I would watch one of those other 12. The big guys don't do that. People who show up for Speed show up for Speed. And if Speed's not on, they put on something else. And I think Twitch realizes that. So I think Twitch is starting to sit there and going, okay, we got to take care of our top 1,000 streamers or so. And it's the same conversation we have once or twice a month, every freaking month. You literally to the point where you could murder somebody on stream and they won't ban you for more than a month or two. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion is like if you lose the viewers that are attracted to people that want to see that sort of stuff, I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like this is like the problem with Twitch is that they're relying on other people to be the product. They don't actually have a real product of themselves. So like Lucari and Aspen Kartier, while they draw numbers, like you can't have that kind of stuff on your platform. It's just so bad for the platform to see like people like that just keep getting away with this. I mean, we've said this many a time on this thing. Like, I kind of wish we never went down like the podcast. The podcast never went down this path because it makes me so sad to think about Twitch in this manner, and that everything is just like so fucked, and just like they cater to like the worst humans on like the planet, at least on the platform, and the people that are just doing horrendous things live on stream. It blows my mind as a business model that like they just can't choose to just like let these people, these words, these creators go and just like suck up the small loss. Like I think it'd be very small to the bottom line. Like I think the massive streamers, the ones that pull in like thousands plus, like pay for the platform in general, because those are the ones that like suck up all the money. I mean, it's not unlike a lot of other businesses or like free to play games or whatever, right? Where like the whales are the ones that fund the game. The free to play players just make the numbers look good, keep the game popular. But it's the whales that blow like tens of thousands of dollars that fund the game. So like the Lucaris and Aspen Cartiers aren't those people. I think they only pull in like a few hundred viewers, right? So like I don't understand the need to cater to those. Like, okay, say like Pokimane, who also I think she's changing her name actually, but anyways, we'll start on. Like Pokimane is she did something and they unbanned her because they're like, okay, she makes us way too much money. I would actually be way more understanding of that. Like, don't get me wrong, if she did some egregious shit, I would still be upset. But at least that makes a little sense because she's massive for the platform. She generates them millions of dollars a year. unbanning her for the bottom line makes sense business wise. But unbanning someone that makes them like a few, like say $20,000 a year or something, that makes no sense to me. Like it's, I don't know. That's my opinion. It's a big rant,
I
but
no, but I'm with you, and we can rant on this. It's just you and me tonight.
yeah,
Um, so here's the thing. You're right. I agree with your assessment, but the one of the things you said factors into the decision making too, which is creators are the product.
yeah,
So how long does the average creator last? When does the average creator blow up? Is Lucari at 370,000 followers the next guy to breach 1 million because he gets one big hit on something? So you're constantly looking to cycle your talent.
yeah,
You know, guys who've been doing this for 10, 15 years, going back to the Justin TV era, are a lot more scarce than people recognize. But, you know, I just, while Terry was explaining, I looked up. Lucari's got 369,000 followers on Twitch. Coke Carnage, who I consider to be one of the larger streamers on Twitch, and he isn't even one of the, I think he's in the top 25 all time in terms of stream time or something like that. He's got 1.7 million. He still has almost 5 times Lucari's following. He pulls in 3 to 9,000 viewers at any given time. So yeah, to Terry's point, there's a lot of it, but I think Twitch is always worried, where's the next guy? When some of these guys flame out, or when Kai Cenat decides he's going to take extended time off, who's the next guy?
yeah,
And I think that's what they worry about. So they extend that list of who's important outside of that absolute upper echelon into this secondary realm where guys like Lucari exist. But to me, again, it's about the almighty dollar at the end of the day. I get it. But what good is the almighty dollar if you're running a business with zero integrity?
yeah. I agree.
What does it matter at the end of the day? You know, maybe I'm old fashioned. Maybe I'm old fashioned that way. I had that conversation at work last week. What did somebody say to me? Somebody said, "You're clearly passionate about this work," and I'm like, "Yeah, I work in human services. I care about the work that I do. What I do affects other people's lives." And he goes, "I don't think most people here share that view," and that scared the shit out of me. If you're sitting there working with people and you're trying to help people live a better life, and you're saying to me, it's all right, Bobby, go ahead and play in the trash. I'm sure there's nothing in there to hurt you. Okay, that's a problem.
Yeah,
So to me, integrity matters. And it feels like Twitch is just kind of like, no, it's all about who's next. Who's the next man up? Because it's the content creator thing is just going to be a constant cycle to them.
yeah.
That's just me.
I mean, maybe it doesn't actually tarnish the brand as much as we think. Like, what really matters is tarnishing the brand to advertisers, and maybe advertisers just don't see this stuff, right? Like, do you think like
All numbers.
the big corporations see like these sort of people, you know, like the news about this sort of people? I don't think they even care, right? Like maybe that at the end of the day doesn't actually tarnish the brand nearly as much as we think. Like it tarnishes to us, but like we don't actually matter in the grand scheme of things. Like we
You're
make up
right.
such a small minority of the viewership base that like it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right there, and it ties into another topic. So I don't want to bleed into the other topic, but I have thoughts on this. Kind of ties into one of the other things you have on the list.
It
So when we
is.
get there, I'll bridge it.
I mean, we can go straight into this topic. A
Go
major
for it.
manager in the Twitch space. I can't remember. I'll look up his name. Night Reed
He's
Duncher,
the CEO.
CEO of Night Media,
Yep, he's the CEO of Night Media.
explains why everyone should be view botting. He talks about how view botting is not really detectable. It's actually quite cheap. And it pushes you up the things. It pushes your numbers up for advertisers. And just like it makes everything look good for you. Like he said, you could buy 1,500 followers, 225 fake chatters, and 750 concurrent viewers on a broadcast for
Mm-hmm.
$180 for 1 week. And I was like, wow, that's actually much cheaper than I thought it was. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of viewers, and that pushes you up into that upper echelon of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really bad that a talent agency is like, hey, everyone should be view botting. What, like, it's really bad for the people that aren't. But I mean, he makes a point. Like, they don't really do anything for people that view bot. We've seen this actually. This is like where we really need Bowers, because this is something Bowers is especially passionate about. This just
Yes.
gets her really riled up. But yeah, like the view botting, it says like just view botting is like, if you're not view botting, you're at a major disadvantage. And
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely been said that a lot of the people that are at the top have view botted at some point in their career. But yeah, I mean, having a major CEO, a CEO of a management agency come out and actually just say it, and he put out like a big long tweet about it. I think it was like 6 or 7 tweets or something, all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, this is bad. And actually, maybe consider, like, I wonder how much it costs to go go view bot. I could just like soar up the Hearthstone ranks and the Magic ranks and just be like the #1 streamer, and like maybe it would suck it in and you could pay it would pay itself off just through advertisement dollars.
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Terry, because while I was eating dinner tonight, that's exactly what I did. I priced out view botting services
Okay.
and services. And let me tell you, there are dozens,
Yeah.
if not hundreds of these services. So I just went on Google and searched buy Twitch views. Just a basic Google search, buy Twitch views. And um, not only did I find a bunch of results, there's people sponsoring results. There are people paying Google to for SEO services for this. So I opened like the 3 or 4 top ones just to see. There are places where you can buy bots by the stream, where you can buy view bots on a monthly subscription basis.
Ooh.
There are packages designed specifically to get you to partner. There are packages, the ultimate level one place had 3 levels of quality in their view bots. One is we'll plant 100 view bots into your channel for whatever amount of time you pay for. That was like $7 for 2 hours. You got 100 viewers for 2 hours for like 7 American. But the next level was up. Those bots will say something in chat.
Yeah.
They will generate a chat message to look legitimate, and you can tell the system how far apart you want messages to go, or if you want them to interact with each other. So the bots will talk to each other in chat. Oh, hi, number 3. Do you come here often? Oh, yeah, I come here all the time, number 4. I always catch Terry's stream every time he's on. Oh, I'm a new guy here, so I'm glad to be. They will have conversations. At the top level, ready for this? Mind blowing. They'll use emojis. They will not only talk to each other, they will use emojis in the chat. So, mind blown today when I stopped and looked at it. And I stopped and I did for a half a heartbeat. I'm sitting there and I said to myself, why am I not doing this? What? And then I said to myself, I can convince myself to try this by making an experiment. I will buy 100 view botters for 2 hours every Saturday stream, which is my longest stream I'm on for at least 4 hours on Saturdays. I will buy that 120-minute, 100 viewers package, and I will put in my title, Welcome to Howard's ViewBot Experiment. Come at me, Twitch. And I will repeat this every Saturday, increasing the number, come at me, Twitch, number 2, number 3, number 4, until I get banned. How long do we think it would take for Twitch to ban me if I view botted 100 viewers once a week, every stream? Because I'm such a small fish that I doubt they give a shit about whether or not I view bot.
Yeah.
But eventually, if I'm sitting there waving it in their face, they'd have to suspend me. And based on their current terms of service, what am I looking at? 12 hours? What am I getting? 12 hours for view botting? I only stream 3 times a week. Give me 2 days. I don't care. But I was shocked at how easy it is to set this up. It's not hard at all to just sit there and say, "Here's $10," and they'll be like, "All right, we're gonna plop viewers in your stream." It's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. I mean, this is where AI comes in, right? Like, it'd be great for the AI to make the bots smarter and have meaningful conversations and have, requesting Toad songs and try to do all this stuff. Like, how much would making, could we get 4 or 5 monies and copy him in my chat? Oh God, I would go nuts. I'd actually stop streaming, I think.
And one of the sites I looked at, you could give it topics to talk about.
Yeah.
So it was 3 topic slots. I could put music, Tom Cruise, battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And then probably the bot would be something like, did you see Tom Cruise is playing Battlegrounds? No way. Tom Cruise plays Battlegrounds? He does. I saw him playing the other day. But it is so easy. And I really, and this comes back to what we're tied to is integrity.
Yeah.
I really want to do it. Not because I want more viewers, not because I want to like grow my stream inorganically, but I really want to just slap Twitch across the face with this and say, come at me, bro, to see how long it would take for them to do it.
I'm curious how much you would actually get in like advertising revenue back with these
Not much.
With the viewers. I mean, the stream
would,
I did, the our front page stream, that
mm-hmm.
day I made like almost $100 in advertising revenue or something, like 75
And
to
we had
100.
hundreds of people in here.
Yeah, but like if you pay for like a few hundred, like 1,000 people, it costs you, say like $200 for a week, right? If you could make back like half of it or a third of it in just ad revenue, not counting how much it would be, like that's actually like a big chunk of it, right? Like, and then you get like all the
I'm trying to
bonus.
see what that would cost.
Like I think
Oh, I lost it. I lost the site ahead.
okay, like I think that day we averaged over 1,000 viewers for like
Mm-hmm.
10 hours or something, 11, 12 hours, and I made like $75 or $100. I mean, I'm taking a look at a site right now. And it's like 250 viewers for $75 for 7 days, right? You just multiply that out. Like, say I did 1,000, that's like $300 for a week. Like, I was making technically more than that, or what it would cost me just to view bot. And that's insane that like I could just make it back on advertising revenue.
Well, that's what I mean. I can't imagine if it was lucrative that way, then these sites would be charging more, right? I mean, they would be trying to charge something equivalent to so that they would make more money out of it as well.
But the problem is you have to have a price point that doesn't scare people off, right?
Right.
Because like if I looked at it and be like, wow, it's $200 for 7 days, right? For 250 viewers, like at the site I'm looking at now, viewbots.com, in case anyone's wondering. Right? Like if I looked at that, I was like, oh, that I mean, I'm not even gonna try to investigate it. But if like it doesn't they don't care on how much you make back. They just want your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know. I'm kind of curious about this now. Maybe I should do it, but I don't want to get banned. Maybe I should do it on the super secret second movie channel.
All of a sudden, that one makes partner. I mean, so I just this one site that I was looking at. If I want 200 viewers per stream for 7 days, it's $79.80 American. So you would have to make $80 back in ad revenue.
Yeah, for 7 days. That's not that bad.
But can you make $80 across 7 days with 200 extra viewers?
I mean, like I said, like I'll go check my numbers, okay, just to make sure, because
I just feel like that's a high bar. Now again, I'm in the lowest monetization category you can get to. I'm an affiliate, have been for ages. My average stream draws in 16 cents in ad revenue every 4 hours. So I'm at 4 cents an hour. So even if I did 20 times and that's all right. So again, I average 5 to 10. So assume that's 20 times the 200. That's still only doing the math in my head. That's only $3.20 for a 4-hour stream. If I did that 7 days a week, that's still under $25, and I'm paying $79 to get there.
Yeah, that's still like a quarter of your cost.
Well, yes, yeah, but I'm not making money off of it. Is
No,
what I'm saying. It's not
I don't.
profitable to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be profitable to do, but actually, like, cut the cost of it down significantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
if it like essentially discounts it, like quote unquote discounts it by like, you know, 30, 40, 50%. Now it's like, and then it just attracts more people that will organically come into your stream because you have all these numbers. Like maybe it does like break even at the end of the day or close to break even. And the thought of that, like view botting being like a break even just from ad revenue and like new people coming in, like, and like how much extra exposure you get, it seems pretty nuts. Also, you can just like jack up the ad time per hour and really like milk the view bots.
Yeah, seriously, if you're just streaming to view bots, if that's your plan, jack yourself up to whatever. What is the max you can do in creator dashboard? It's got to be like what, like 5-10 minutes an hour?
No, I think it's actually more. I think you can get up to like 15 or something if you
seriously
really want to.
I could do 15 minutes of ads per hour to a group of bots.
Yeah.
While I sleep, and just milk it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let me check what's the highest you could do. 22 minutes and 30 seconds of ads is the highest.
22 minutes of ads. That's an ad every 3 minutes of content. That's more.
Probably just go from ad break to ad break. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Guys, after this ad break, we're going to take an ad break. Then I'm going to play a minute and a half of a game before the next 3 ad breaks.
I mean, think of how great it would be though to really push those subs because they don't get the ads. Oh, that's so funny.
Do you think the view bots would sub because they get so pissed off at the ads?
Oh, that's really funny. Okay, yeah, but either way.
But to your point, to your point, and the point of the article, yeah, there is a lot of ways, and his point isn't wrong. We haven't seen adequate policing of it, and here's the other problem too. These guys aren't stupid. One of the expensive sites I looked at literally pays people to just put on streams or runs like a farm where people like actual accounts that are active but are not actively being used are used to farm out these views. So I can literally sign on with these people and like for $1 a day, they will take my account when it's inactive. I give them my password and they will use it to farm as a bot. Because Twitch will see that I'm actually an active person and it makes it less likely for them to catch me. There's all these ways that people are working around it. So and as AI advances, it's just going to get harder and harder to weed out chatbots. So this is a losing war on Twitch's end. So I almost feel like what they have to do is just acknowledge it's going to happen and just be like, screw it. All right, view botting is going to happen. Good luck, everybody. But then if advertisers are going to have a problem with that, so it's really it's a tough area, but Twitch is not doing a great job with it. And again, it comes down to the integrity, but Twitch doesn't care. Twitch just doesn't care about that stuff. So be it.
Yeah, they definitely demonstrated they don't care about integrity in general. So like I was looking up like when the last time someone got banned for botting, and it's been like a while. Like you literally like they said someone went viral. This was like March of last year. Someone went viral, ended up being banned. Queen Gloria RP pulled up a view bot or the view bot onto the stream and they got banned. But like you don't hear about people getting banned for view botting. I mean maybe we talked about it. But yeah, I mean it's really bad. Really bad. I mean wonder if I can like try on Kick or something and because they have the KPP program and just be like, let's try view botting on Kick for 24/7 for a few days.
So interesting fact. I'm glad you just mentioned that. When I did this in-depth over dinner research while my wife is going, why are you on your phone during dinner? And I looked at her and I said, I'm doing research for the pod. And she's like, what are you researching, view bots? And she just went, I don't want to know, and went back to eating her meal. But when most of these sites do multi-platform, you can buy for Twitch, you can buy for YouTube, you can buy people to read on X
Yeah.
to read your tweets on X, right? One of them is Kick. When you switch from Twitch to Kick, the same programs, the same numbers and times and people almost double
Really?
in price. It is more expensive to do the exact same thing on Kick. $7, I think it was $7 worth of viewers on Twitch on this one place I saw was $14.50 if I said I need the exact same thing on Kick. And I thought that was very interesting, which just says to me Kick is giving more of the revenue back from the ad sharing. They think people are going to be able to make more money so they can charge more.
Wow, that's interesting.
I was shocked. I was shocked. So there's what we should do. There's what we should do. Let's experiment. I'll create a Kick address right now called Howard Moon's Bot Farm. I'll bet you anything the freaking name is available, and I will go and I will do this, and Kick will never ban me. Kick will never ban me. Kick never bans anybody. So
they actually banned Lucari, I think, and Aspen.
They did. They did. You're right. I can't say that. They did ban them both.
And I think they're actually still banned.
The Wild West is suddenly the voice of reason. That's where we are in 2026, folks, with streaming. The world's gone to crap. I give up.
I saw another interesting piece of news, totally random, not about gaming at all.
Okay.
There was this bar in the UK that was extremely excited about the return of a popular pale ale called Double Diamond that was popular in the 70s. Right? And they're like, okay, they launched the deal to celebrate this. First pint is going to cost 25 pence each.
Love it.
I know. I'm like, this is like a Howard dream. I'm like, this is what Howard loves. The government came.
This is Howard. This is Howard with a disguise kit in the back alley, going in like this, then going in with like a full mustache and beard, then going in with another beard, trying to change my voice every time. You know, I haven't been here before. That kind of shit.
Yeah, so
dyeing my hair, I'd go all out.
Yeah, so 25-cent promotion. The government shut down the promotion because they said it was irresponsible to charge this little for alcohol. So to get around the promotion, the bar just gave the beer for free. Because
oh my god!
Because giving it out for free technically does not violate the liquor laws, but if you charge such a cheap price for it, then there's a major issue.
So I don't know about the UK laws, but and the laws vary by state here in the US. But in Connecticut, where I live, it is illegal to sell alcohol at a loss.
Yeah.
So and there's a formula. If you buy a keg, there's the formula of how many glasses they expect should come out of it, and they use that as the baseline. Blah blah blah. So that's probably what they use to justify this.
Yeah.
To sit there and say you can't sell it at a loss.
Yeah.
Or something, some sort of law like that. But there's probably also a law in the books about like giving away beer at like charity events and stuff that they were now able to drive through the loophole. It's not considered taking a loss if you don't charge anybody.
Yeah.
So there's a bar in New Haven, Connecticut that's been there for 1,000 years called Toad's Place. And Toad's Place is famous for like people who like used to go when they're trying to get back into the road. Like the Rolling Stones played there in like 1980, like right before they did Steel Wheels. Like the freaking Rolling Stones played this tiny ass podunk bar one time. Yeah. And they're famous in the Yale circuit because they'll do free beer nights. Free beer nights. And they used to, I don't know if they still do it this way, but you couldn't tip the bartender. If they poured you a beer and tipped the bartender, it was considered passing coin, which means you paid for the beer.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
So you would go up there and be like, here you go, man. You put a can of $1, and he would just like look at this jar like 3 feet away from you. Because if you put it in the jar, you're not giving him money.
Yeah.
He's taking the money out of it at the end of the night, but you're not paying him for the beer. Yeah. And it was the same sort of thing. They would get around doing stuff like that. It was the worst beer on earth too. They would find like Coors Light that'd been sitting in a cellar for like 4 or 5 years, maturing into like a fine paste, and that would be what they would give you. But Yeah. It's but you know what? Good for that bar because they worked around it. They found a workaround.
Yeah, I just saw the article. I was like, this has nothing to do with gaming at all. But this is definitely a Howard Moon approved article.
Oh, this is a Howard Moon. This is a Howard Moon issue. This this is we actually just got tickets to the brewery that we love that's nearby our house, Two Roads Brewing, which I've talked about a million times on the Figness podcast. Every year they do this thing called Cask Fest, where they invite their brewers to take one of their standard beers and do something to jazz them up. Like they'll take one of their lagers and they'll add like jalapeno to it
Yeah.
and let it sit with like jalapeno stuff like that. I love Cask Fest because I just literally, it's like $30 to get in. They give you this little 4-ounce glass and it's unlimited pours all night for like 4 hours. It's unlimited pours. So 3 hours in, I'm propped up in the corner and my wife is like, here, eat this cheeseburger. And the cheeseburger gives me enough energy and I make another like 4 rounds. And then I wake up in the Uber and that's the end of the night. But I love doing stuff like that because free beer or no one makes money off of Howard Moon when free beer is involved.
I don't know. From what I've seen, Howard gets drunk pretty quickly. So
I do. I have a very bad alcohol tolerance for a man of my size. The problem is it doesn't stop me. It's not like I get drunk. I'm like, oh man, I'm drunk. I gotta stop. It's like, man, I'm drunk. Where's the other beer?
Yeah.
You
know what stops you? Passing out on the couch.
Sleep. Sleep is the natural enemy of the Howard Moon binge. Yes.
Okay.
Which Terry has unfortunately witnessed on more than one occasion.
Yeah, I definitely have more photos of Howard asleep on the couch after drinking than like anyone else I've ever met on the internet.
Well, my wife distributes them. She loves to. One year she posed me with stuffed animals. I was passed out on a couch and she put a stuffed animal under my arm.
Yeah.
And sent that picture out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic, but kudos to you, Bar, for sticking it to some really bad regulators who thought that they would like bully you into not doing your promotion. Good for you.
All right. A topic that actually came up from our Instagram posts. People talking about wanting to have physical copies of games. Like, I was actually debating with some people. We're talking about Xbox, the Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, oh, this was like the beginning of the end, no more physical copies of games. I'm like, I'm not owning physical copies of games. I don't want to have to drive to the store, hope they have the game in stock to be able to buy it and then come home and play it. Like, I just want to go on my computer, go on my system, and go, purchase, put in my credit card, download, go make a sandwich, come back, game's ready, I'm ready to play. Why do you need to own a physical copy of the game? Like, these people were like adamant that like owning a physical copy of the game was like a huge thing, and they need to have a physical copy of the game. I was like, I don't understand. I think these are people are just living in the nostalgia of the past, because I don't understand the need for this. Like, who wants to do this? I remember the day of like, I've told this story before, of Tecmo Bowl being released on, I guess it was the Super Nintendo. Not be able to find a single copy in all of the Vancouver area. Going into Blockbuster, renting it, and just telling them I'm never returning the game and paying over retail for it. Because there's no way for me to actually find a copy for me to purchase at the stores. And I was just like, fuck this. If I could just download the game onto my system and play it, I want to just download a game, get it right now. Don't have to go out. Don't need to run around. Don't need to line up on launch day. Because remember those launch day things. Oh my God, Diablo 2 is being released. Look, there's 100-person line lining up to buy Diablo 2. People waiting hours and hours. Oh, sorry, we're sold out of copies. You're the person at the end. You've been waiting 3 hours. I'm sorry, man. We sold our last physical copy of the game. Come back in a couple of weeks, and you might be able to get a copy when we restock. Like, what is the point of owning a physical copy of a game? Yeah, so that's my rant.
So 10-second side story that I don't think I've ever told you. This is my Diablo 2 story because you mentioned Diablo 2. And I pre-ordered Diablo 2
Yeah.
because my brother and I were huge Diablo fans. It's probably the first Blizzard game we ever played. And I just happened to work at the time like a mile from the mall. So I pre-ordered it at the store, and I literally went there when the mall opened at 11 a.m. and there was no one there because it's like a Tuesday. There's nobody there. Walk right into the store. Here's my receipt. I'm here to pick up my copy of Diablo 2. And the guy behind the counter sits there and goes, just so you know, they accidentally sent us like 3 extra copies of the deluxe edition for like $30. If you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to the deluxe edition. And I said, why the hell not? I'll do it. Let's go ahead and do it. So it's all in total, it cost me like $59 all total, something like that. I get home, I install it on the machine. My brother works a little later than I am. He comes in. We were just out of, he was in college. I was just out of college. He comes in and he's like, how is it? Well, we shoot the shit. And he's like, what's all this extra crap? And I said, oh, I upgraded this to the deluxe edition. And my brother said, turn the game off. I went, turn the game off? What the hell's wrong with you? He literally rips the DVD or the CD out of the drive, starts putting everything back in the box. He goes, I just read online that these things are going for $300 a pop. What did you pay for it? Like $59. He goes, we're going to go put this on eBay right now. And I went, fuck you. Give me my game back. I'm like, you seriously wanted to go and resell this? I'm like, no. We got lucky. We're going to use the deluxe copy. It was hysterical that he tried to steal my game from me. But okay, so that's my Diablo 2 story. Side story. Here's the argument for physical media. Have you ever heard of the stream service Funimation?
No.
They were a Sony-owned product, and in 2024, they announced they were merging with Crunchyroll.
Okay, yeah, I heard.
They were going to be one big anime stream. Yeah, almost everybody's heard of Crunchyroll, right? Here's the thing. Funimation didn't have a monthly fee. You bought what you wanted to see. You would buy series and movies through their website and stream it through the service. When Funimation was acquired and merged with Crunchyroll, they didn't honor any of those purchases.
Okay.
So everyone who bought whatever One Piece, the complete One Piece for like $100, now no longer had their purchase. So the argument that raised the whole thing online, because I remember I had to go look it up. I'm like, I remember this happening. And it raised this whole thing. If you don't own the physical media, you don't own the media.
Okay.
Because if you buy that game on Xbox and your Xbox drives fries, will they give it to you on a different Xbox? Or are they going to consider that a new purchase? Depends on the terms of service on the service, right?
Yeah.
So there's been this argument for a while now, particularly in movies and video games, that having that physical copy is the only way you ever own it. So I personally don't buy into that. Like if I buy a movie online and I can download it, I download it and I put it in my cloud.
Exactly.
And yes, I have cloud storage for that stuff. So you can work around it some ways. But I remember this story specifically because people were pissed that all of a sudden they'd put hundreds of dollars into the Funimation service and Crunchyroll wasn't going to honor it. And Crunchyroll announced at the same time that they were upping their subscription prices and it was going to cost 80% more than people had been paying for stuff on Funimation. So all of a sudden people were like, you're taking away my shit and making it more expensive to access future shit? That's crazy. So I get your point on it. I kind of agree with you on that, but I also understand why some people are so obsessed with having that physical media.
Okay, so for things like movies and TV shows and stuff, I think it's one, you usually have the option to download. That's a major part of it. You should also be aware that when you make a purchase through like some place like say Funimation, even like you purchase through Apple, through YouTube, if the site shuts down, you should be aware it's gone. If you didn't download it, right? You don't actually own it. You're not paying to actually own it. You're paying for the right to view it through them. And people think that's ownership, when it's not actually ownership. That's the major problem. Another major problem with physical media, games now are not release polished. If you
Yeah.
go and buy a game, you can't just go, okay, I'm gonna put this in offline mode. I'm not gonna attach to the internet and try to play this game. You download this, you put it in your thing, you're like, okay, now I gotta download 10 gigs of updates. And now I get to play the game. And then like 2 weeks later, they put out another update. Oh, I can't play the game without this update. And now I gotta wait for another update. Games are not coming out fully polished, fully complete. And
Mm-hmm.
you can't just like plug it in, just stay offline. Okay, some games you can, but most games, most major
Rare.
games,
It's
you
rare
cannot
now.
just plug it in, play offline, and just go do your thing. Right? I mean, there are consoles like the Switch and stuff where I think a lot of the games that come out polished. There
Mm-hmm.
might be updates later on if you want to like get it later, but you can just sit there off with no internet connection and you're just like blah 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 playing, having fun, right? Like you're like, oh, I got Mario Kart with my friends, blah, right? You don't need to be online. You can just play with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reason for physical media, okay? But you don't need it. Like if you could just download that game onto your hard drive and just
Sure.
have the exact same effect, why the hell do you need the physical media for it? It makes no sense to me. That's the part I don't think it makes sense.
I cannot remember the last time I bought a new release on Steam that was not in early access.
Yeah.
It's always, like you said, things are not fully done. Even and let's go back to the last round of games where physical media was required initially. Things like World of Warcraft when it first came out, and even the first two expansions to World of Warcraft, and they were still patching it all the goddamn time. Even when they gave you the discs, here, you're going to install Burning Crusade for World of Warcraft on your machine. Here's the 4 discs you need. And then you would finish installing it, you would connect to the servers, and it would be like downloading additional data. So even when they gave you physical media, there was still this polish that needed to be applied. So your point is extremely valid.
Yeah.
There is not like it used to be where you went and you grabbed your copy of Super Mario Brothers
Yeah.
and you knew exactly what you were getting when you stuck the cartridge in. Those days are over.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's still available on things like the Switch or like on consoles, but
Mm-hmm.
it does not exist for computers. I mean, even the bigger like Xboxes and PlayStations, you still just need to be connected to the internet. Like, there's so many games that are just
Yes.
unable to connect to the internet. I was gonna say something else. Now I just totally, completely lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I derailed your train of thought.
Oh my god, I totally forgot what it was. Oh god, what was it? Oh well, whatever.
You know what? That's becoming a tradition on this podcast. One of us forgetting something we were going to tell the other one.
No, you brought up a point. I was like, okay, I got good, something good to say rebuttal to it, or
Okay.
but I just totally forgot what it was. It just totally like this is what happens when your sleep schedule is all fucked. Your brain just don't doesn't work as well as. There's something else about physical media. What the hell is it gonna say?
We're talking about
Oh yes,
movies.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why physical media was necessary, like back in the day of World of Warcraft, is because internet speeds were not what they are now.
Fair point there too.
They,
Absolutely
if you
true.
wanted to put out a game that's core was like 2 gigs, you try downloading that in 2000, you'd be there for literally days. Try to
Yes.
download. You need to put the actual core game onto discs so people can install it quickly. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you needed physical media for Burning
That's the
Crusade,
point.
for World of Warcraft. Now I need to install something in 2 gigs. Okay, I go start install. I watch something. I watch a YouTube video. And it's done in like 10 minutes. Right? You don't need to have that big barrier. Right? So like, I don't need to understand this need for physical media. Like, I understand like wanting to own like DVDs. Like, oh, maybe my internet's down. I can't watch it. I want to pop a DVD in. But for games and stuff, like, not almost every game requires online access. Right? So
Yeah.
I mean, so those people
No,
are,
your point is extremely valid there. That's I can remember when Warcraft patches came out and they were not frequent back then.
yeah,
They would bunch hot fixes together because of that exact reason. But there was a point in time where a lot of the transfer was peer to peer.
yeah,
they're inside of the World of Warcraft system because there was only so much bandwidth that could go out from Blizzard servers. So your game would literally sit there and go, Terry, do you have this piece of the patch? All right, I'm going to take that from you. Oh, I have that other piece of the patch. Here you go. And my computer would be like, if I got a connection directly to Blizzard, very rare. Most of my patching, I would get peer to peer. I would get notified because you would see who you were getting things from, and it would tell you it was Blizzard or peer to peer. It was almost always peer to peer.
I mean, physical media for games and stuff much more important back in the day, just because of the delivery system. Like, I don't see the need for it now. Like,
I kind of agree. I understand nobody wants to lose access to the media, but you did a great job of explaining when you buy a movie online on Apple for $5.99, you don't own that movie. You own the ability to view it on Apple.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Apple stops existing, so does that right. You know, so I am old enough as one of the oldest people on this podcast, or the oldest person on this podcast, to remember when VCRs came out and the movie studios were charging $80 for new releases because they were like, if you're going to own our movie forever on this video cassette, then we want to make sure we get our money's worth, you know. And that went downhill fast. But initially, it was a high price market for VCR tapes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember copying things from VCRs between two VCRs back in the day, and like how much like Blockbuster would have to pay for the new titles, and when you see like the big wall of each title, they were like multiple hundreds of dollars for a copy of a movie, and so they could rent it out, and they make their money back within like a month or whatever. But yeah, I definitely remember the like cost of VCRs of VHS tapes being like $200 something when they came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that was right around the time. I remember my father was in love with the movie Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So that was like a year after that came out. They actually put it on VHS, and he pre-ordered it for like $94. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I could not $94 right now. If I went down, would get me like 6 movies easy on DVD or Blu-ray, unless maybe 3 or 4 if I want really good movies. But it goes a lot further than it did back then. I mean, can't believe a new release now would never be that much.
Yeah. I mean, I used to have a massive, like thousands probably of like DVDs and movies. And after like the last 10 years, I'm like, they've all just sat untouched. I just like cleared them all out on Facebook Marketplace, like giant tub of movies, $25 or something. And someone's like, oh yeah, we go to a cabin, doesn't have internet, and we bring up all these DVDs. This is great. I'm like, okay, good. Like, we were like, oh, well, I got my wife to pick through all the ones that we want to keep. So now we have like a giant drawer that probably has like 100 plus DVDs in it. I don't think we've actually touched them since we moved into this apartment like 7 years ago. If she wants something, she's like, yeah, go download it for me. I'm like, okay, I go get it for her, and then we have it ready to watch like on any of our tablets or phones or TVs that we have around the house, as opposed to actually have to go. Like, I don't even know if we actually have like a physical DVD player in the house, except for like the 2 computers.
So I'll tell you a secret about the Moon household. When we moved here, I set up our Blu-ray/DVD player, and we never touched it. It was gathering dust. And then we decided we were going to host a Jackbox night. So I had to hook up the toaster to the TV so everyone could see the Jackbox game on a bigger display. So I just yanked the HDMI cord out of the Blu-ray player and plugged it into the laptop so I could show the game. I never bothered plugging it back in. That was 3 years ago. Not once has my wife ever said to me, why is the DVD player working? Because no one watches the physical media at our house. My wife has a tradition. She watches every year. She watches Pee Wee Herman's Christmas special. It's one of her favorite things from her childhood. And every year I say, God damn it, is she going to reach for the DVD, or can I find it online? I can stream it so I don't have to hook up the goddamn DVD player again. And so far, every year I've been like, I found it on Amazon Prime for free with Amazon Prime. Someplace else has it. I think YouTube has it now up for it. So every year I've been getting away with it. But one of these years, she's going to be like, I want to watch this movie I only have on DVD. And I'm going to have to reconnect the player. But for 3 years, I have gotten away with not having the Blu-ray player connected. So yeah, exactly. Physical media, people don't watch it like they used to. It's a collector's item now for most
Yeah, I
folks.
think it's nostalgia. Like
Yeah.
I'm old. We are not young people. We understand nostalgia. But we also
Mhm.
understand convenience because we're also old. We don't want to go and do
Yes.
shit that we don't have to do. Like I remember being young and lining up to go get like a PlayStation 3. We lined up for like I don't know, like 18 hours or something to get like be the first people to get one so you can resell it
Yeah.
for like, and we end up thinking about it now, we probably made like $25 an hour sitting outside in like the freezing cold to get a PlayStation. I was like, God damn, that's not worth the time. Why did I waste so much time? I could have been sleeping and having fun and doing stuff.
I I stood outside in the cold one December to buy Furbies for resale.
Oh yeah.
So I and paid $20, got them, sold them for like 45, and I felt like I was the king of the world making $50, and I froze my ass off outside for like 5.5 hours
Yeah.
to make $50. So I get it. It's a different world now. Our time is much more valuable. So yeah, that convenience factor is huge, I think.
Yeah. I think this is a good end to the episode. We definitely covered some fun things. A lot of
We covered
trips
a
down
lot
memory
today.
lane. Yeah. This physical media topic literally had me kind of on tilt when people were like, "You can't be this dense that you actually believe what you say that you don't have to go to the store. You don't want to have to go to the store and buy a copy of the game." I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to ever have to go to the store and buy a copy of the game. That's what the internet's for.
Yeah. And one last point on that, you bring up the nostalgia factor. For folks who have listened to me before, know I'm big on the movie riffing genre of comedy. The Riff Tracks guys are relaunching a new episodes of the old show they did, Mystery Science Theater, from like 30 years ago. They're backing that Kickstarter right now. They've got over $2 million raised on
Oh,
Kickstarter for
nice.
this. So this is it's generated thing. But you ready for what the backers were most angry about? There was not a reward level where they got Blu-ray or DVD copies of the new episodes, because the nostalgia factor. There are people out there who have all the original episodes from the 90s, and they want to just slide this into the end of the thing and just keep the collection growing, even though everything, it'll be available to stream. You're gonna be able to download it. Nope. People bitched and moaned until they added a Blu-ray option in the Kickstarter, and they didn't make it cheap. It's like $95 for the Blu-ray level where you get the downloads and you get a Blu-ray shipped to you. They were like, "All right, really? You want this? All right, you got it, but it's going to cost you $100." And so that nostalgia feel is real for some people.
I
It is
think the recording
so
stopped.
present.
I think it stopped somehow.
What's that?
So I think the recording stopped in the middle of this somehow, which is
Oh,
pretty shitty. So, hopefully recorded much. I just realized the record button here is yeah. Oh well, we'll
you know what?
figure.
I'm just looking. I just noticed now I don't have a timer at the bottom of my screen. It
Same,
was there 10 minutes ago, but it's not there now.
yeah, same here. I also didn't touch anything. But anyway, I mean, we might as well just talk about one. Might as well talk. I mean, I can just pull it off the VOD. This is fine, right?
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah, but oh god, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's also
We're talking
better.
about nostalgia.
Yeah, it's actually much better for the company to actually just sell it online too. They make more money selling it online. They don't have
Yes.
to pay a company to produce the DVDs. They don't need to send it to distributors. They don't need to send it to who have to send it to the store, and the store has to make a cut. Like they make like way more money out of it than
It's
by
true.
not actually having to distribute. And that's just good for like the gaming companies, right? Like you cut out all the middlemen, and people are like, oh no, I don't get a disc like that. I don't need a disc. You know what I need? Cheaper games. If they could cut the
Yes.
cost by $5, I'm happy I'd be.
I backed a Kickstarter recently for a tabletop game that I want. It was $50 for the Kickstarter. And then they said, "Oh yeah, by the way, shipping's going to be another $22." What? I'm paying half the cost of the game itself just in shipping? I'm paying $72 for a $50 game. So even the shipping costs
Yeah,
of physical items is through the roof now, right? So it's really it's crazy. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you simplify?
yeah, exactly. Like just make life easier for everybody. That's the
Yeah.
bottom line. Yeah, nobody wants to actually go out, leave the house. We all just want to stay at home. especially us gamers. We just want to push buttons to download shit and push buttons to start playing.
If I could stay in my house forever, I probably would. I'd be like a pale
me.
vampire looking thing.
I mean, you're already pretty pale. Let's be fair.
I am. I am. I'd be paler. I'd be even worse.
Yeah. Anyway, it seems like a good spot to end the pod.
It is. Pale Howard is going to sign off.
Yeah, Pale Howard, Vampire Howard is gonna had to go feast on a meal of young virgins.
Drink the blood of the young.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and follow us on all the social medias. Boomer Grounds, pretty much everywhere except for TikTok, I think is just Terry T Gaming, I think. Or Terry Ten Gaming. But yeah, thanks for the watch, and we will see you all next time. Bye everyone.
Have a great week, everybody.